Sponsor. Literally, I think CrossFit Save bought that camera.
Probably. You can leave it in the shot if you want. Today's sponsor is CrossFit Save. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to Life with Goldie. This is my husband John. We have not done a video in like 5 years. I don't know, it's been a long time, but I'm so excited. Thank you for coming back on the show. Today we're going to be answering some questions that we got on Instagram. Some are a little bit pregnancy related. It was basically a marriage Q A.
It's the smallest tripod I've ever seen.
One that I use for when I'm like, I don't need this huge tripod. I just put it on this. It's really sturdy. It's for my camera. Anyway, let's start with, we got this one quite a bit. How long were you intentionally trying before you got pregnant?
1 month.
Yeah, I explained that in another video, but basically the first try, the first time we said, okay, we're gonna get pregnant. We got pregnant. 1 month.
It was the plan to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And she ran away from me. She like avoided doing the nasty. Can you say that? You two, are you gonna knock that down?
No.
Because she was afraid to have babies.
Well, yeah, a little bit. What he means is that I knew the day that I had my fertile score was like the highest, and so knowing that, I was like nervous that whole week leading up. I was like, oh my gosh, like if I let him do this, I'm gonna get pregnant. And so yeah, he's right. I was like hiding from him, running away. And yeah, I got pregnant like I knew I probably would. So that was a lot of people's questions. Someone did ask, how was your journey conceiving? Did you take contraceptives? If so, how long after getting off were you able to conceive? Getting off contraceptives. We were never on birth control, so I think that plays a huge role as we use the rhythm method. And again, I'm gonna like put a little like card up here somewhere where you can click the video where I explain the rhythm method and how exactly we used my natural cycle to know what days I could get pregnant out of the month, and we never needed to use anything at all. Watch that video after this one and see if that kind of sheds a little bit of light on how to go about birth control naturally, just based on your cycle. What is the age gap between you and your hubby? I have this question a couple times too, so you can answer it.
4 years.
What are the age differences between you two?
4 years and 2 months.
Yeah, I'm 25 right now.
I'm 29.
Yeah, and then in January he'll be 30, and then
You'll be 26
March.
in March.
Yeah, for like 2 months.
So you have 4 years, 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 years. Right now I am 30 and you're 34.
Yep.
Yeah, very simple. How tall are you and your husband?
6'2", 5'2".
Yes, exactly. What made you decide that you were ready to have a baby?
I was ready a long time ago. She's the one that constantly wanted to push back when we were going to have them. But, you know, being married 5 years without kids has been nice too, so.
Yeah, that's fine that we did it that way.
Sure.
Right?
It's fine.
Yeah, I guess I never really admit that. Even through the 5 years, I guess I was the one that was like, yeah. My thing was like, let's wait till I'm 30. How about that? And he was like,
that's not true. We got married when she was 25. We said 2 years. She would have been 27. And she kept pushing it back.
I feel like we said 2 years just to say something. We never really discussed it. Like when anybody would ask, like family, we'd just be like, oh yeah, 2 years. And every time, our families could probably tell you this, but every time they would ask, it was always 2 years. So like after 2 years, it's like, oh yeah, 2 years. Like it just became like a comfortable answer, I think. 2 years, 2 years. Then when, you know, 2 years passed and then another year, I think by the time I was late 20s, I was like, okay, wait. That's when I stopped to think, okay, this is gonna happen. How about when I'm 30? And you were down. You were cool with that. Okay, well, it worked out. That we decided we're ready because I turned 30 and we were both down. And yeah. Will you find out the gender ahead of time? Yes. Will we be doing a gender reveal?
It's up to her.
Yes, what do you mean? We are.
We are doing one.
We are doing one. We're doing one.
It's up to you though.
Oh yeah, I'll totally make it happen. 1000%. That's very simple.
For me, the gender reveal is just going to the doctors and then telling you what you're having.
No, I want to do a whole thing. My family's flying in for this. I already have the person who's going to hold the secret for us.
How you get to know first? That's not fair.
That's...
Yeah. It's my kid.
No, she's not gonna tell anyone.
I believe that.
She's not gonna tell anyone. That's why she's the perfect person. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to endure as a couple? It sounds extreme, like the hardest thing you've ever had to endure as a couple. I wouldn't say the hardest thing, but I think just learning each other. Space, boundaries, needs. Like,
what boundaries do you have?
Like if we're hungry, if you come home and I notice like you're hungry, just let you go eat. Just don't do too much. Don't ask questions. Don't try to be like, oh, tell me about your day. Like, you need to go eat. Otherwise, you're gonna be a little crabby, and vice versa. Like, just kind of. That's what I mean by space and boundaries. Not like, don't look through my phone. Like, obviously, there are no. Everything that's mine is yours. That's what I mean. Just little things like knowing you. Did you guys do premarital counseling?
No, not really. I mean, we had like one session with our pastor before he married us, like that night or something.
Yeah, we have a crazy story. But
yeah, no, we didn't do any premarital counseling. Read your Bible, people. It tells you how to have a good marriage. You know,
it's true.
How to treat your wife, how to treat your husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. We didn't have it, but we really ran to the Word. Obviously, you'll be happy with either ... but boy or girl.
A boy every time. But yes, you'll be happy no matter.
We'll be happy
no matter what.
Yeah, someone at the gym today asked me, like, do you have a preference? And I was like, well, like, if you're gonna ask me my preference, I also prefer a boy, at least for the first one. If we have a girl, I'm gonna love that. We're gonna be swooning over that child. If we could choose, we're both on the same page with a boy. Would you rather ask each other for help or figure it out yourselves?
I think I normally just figure things out myself.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think I'm pretty quick to be like, can you help me?
Yeah.
It depends on what it is too. Like if I can't reach something and I don't want to go grab it.
Obviously. But we talk about a lot of stuff together. Like we're not necessarily asking for help, but we're like bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yeah, that's good. We
just
talk
like
a lot.
talking about a situation or whatever.
That's true. I didn't notice how much we actually do that, especially when we go on walks.
Yeah.
Was baby planned or a surprise?
100% planned.
100%. Yeah. No surprises here. Are you doing a home birth?
Yep.
Well, me. Well, both of us. Like, you're supporting me. Well, he has a marathon like 5 days before my due date in Huntington, and I'm like, no. Like, no. What if I go into labor early? We'll figure it out when we get there. How did you tell John that I was pregnant? I assume.
We've been talking about it since the date we knew you were fertile. We understand that it's not like 100% we're going to be pregnant, but we also felt like, hey, you're probably pregnant. And then all the days leading up to it. We just talked about it like every day.
Yeah. This is making me realize how much we do talk about everything.
Yeah, we talked about it like every day. And
yeah.
It wasn't really a surprise. I mean, it was.
For
but
you.
It wasn't.
For you a little bit more
I mean,
than
it wasn't
me.
a huge surprise. It was just like, oh shoot, we actually are.
Like, we hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so. It's true. It's true. I basically told him the night before I took my test that I thought I was pregnant. Just because I was like, because he's like my best friend. You know, with your best friend, you're just like, let me tell them everything. I'm like, babe, I think I'm pregnant. And then in the morning, I was like, I don't think I'm getting my period. And then I took the test, and it was pregnant. We're like, it was a really cool moment. It was just us. No filming, no nothing. Someone asked me, did you get his reaction on camera? And I was like, I actually tried to. And you're like, I don't want you to film right now. Like, no, I want this to be just for us. And I'm like, okay, that's the cool balance, you know? Like, he definitely knows how to, like, he's so supportive in, like, all of this, like, filming and doing the things that I like to do, like, pictures and filming and YouTube, Instagram. But, like, that moment, like, is just for us. It was pretty cool. What are your love languages? And if different, how do you compromise on them to keep each other's love tank full?
Yours is physical touch.
I feel like at the beginning.
Draped over me pretty much 24/7.
Yeah, it's true.
You should, right here, put the video of that lioness in the lion when she's in heat. It's pretty much, this is her.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Mine is probably maybe quality time or acts of service, maybe. Something like that.
Yeah.
Either one of those.
I had told you it was acts of service, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
But I think it's quality time more.
And compromise, as far as compromising, Yours is quality time, which I don't have a problem with that. I will drop anything if you say like, oh, let's do this or let's do that. I'm like, yes, absolutely.
I don't think we really compromise.
Yeah, and then on
but there are times where it's just like, at least with quality or physical touch, it's like sometimes I'm like, okay, it's hot. Like I need some. I never feel like I'm compromising or something.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, okay, like I really have to do this because
go out of my way.
Claudia needs this. I don't know. I've never felt that way. We've also been married now for 5 years, so maybe initially it was that way, but I don't remember it being that way or not.
No, I don't remember at all. I think right now I feel a little bit in the sense of like, oh, like as far as an act of service, for example, like making dinner or making food. Like I think just because of me trying to preserve any type of energy coming out of my first trimester, like, let me do this as an act of service for us, and like it'll be good. But before I didn't really used to struggle with that. I would just make dinner, like not that big of a deal. But now I'm like, okay, extra effort. But I think it's just the season. Have you started picking baby names? Congratulations again. I have a couple of these questions on names.
I don't have any in my head that I'm thinking like, oh, I really want this name.
Yeah, I think we're both on the same page. Like until we know the gender, we're not really gonna spend any energy like thinking, oh, this name or that name. Like neither of us have a name that's always been like, one day I'm gonna name my child this. Like, no. So to answer your question, no, we don't really have any names. Okay, this one's funny. Have you ever experienced a girl flirting with your husband? If so, how did you handle it? No. I can't think of an instance where a girl has like approached you like that at all. I think neither of us really give room for that. Like,
yeah, it's like the amount of attention you would give to something like that.
Yeah, there's no like a really, it's very, we don't entertain that at all. So I've never had to deal with what is she doing at all. So no, I don't have to handle it because it doesn't happen. How many kids do you guys want? Something like 4. Feasible.
6.
6 is not.
Alright,
10. 3? 3? That's good.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
A lot. Like a basketball team. A couple basketball teams. Football squad.
Poor me. What?
I just say a really high number so that I can bring her number up. So I'm going to say 10. I want 10 kids. This has been my strategy for a while. She's started off at 1, maybe 2. She's up to like 4.
Yeah.
4 now. So if I keep saying 10.
You've been conditioning me this whole time.
Yeah.
It's actually working.
So I think, we'll probably settle somewhere around 5, 6, 7, something like that, right?
5, 6, 7. Okay, see, he's doing it again. No, because he's right. It's like 1 or 2. Then I'm like, 3, but then it's like 3. I'm like, my mom had 4. 4 is cool. 4 is fine. And now, like, sometimes I like catch myself being like, ideally it'd be like 4 boys and then 2 girls, so they could be like little besties and be protected by 4 boys, and like the boys just like a squad. It'd be fun. And now I'm like, wait, that's 6 kids. That's a lot of kids. I don't know. We're just gonna say at least 4.
Yeah.
Come back in a couple years and we'll see how many we did end up having. One last one. When did you find out that I was pregnant? I found out in May. So 2 weeks after the 20th.
Something like that.
So like the end of May. Yeah, back in May.
Whenever you missed your period.
Yeah. So 2 weeks after May 20th. Of 2021. I think that's all of the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for sending those in. It was really fun because we used the Not Gonna Lie app, and so it's all anonymous. So I'll probably be posting the little link again if you want to go ask me more questions. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's the Claudia Palmer, and we can hang out and chat more on there. The next video, I'm gonna answer questions solo for the questions that you guys asked me specifically. But today I was super excited to do a couple Q&A, so thank you, babe. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!